Once again, Christian greetings to all our valued listeners and viewers throughout the whole world. This is our special episode number 17 on the last final warning message just prior to the close of provision. And let us go back again to the reading on track number 3, page 70 and page 71. The second section of separation, thus being completed, provisionary time is closed, whereupon from the wicked will be heard the horrible wail of doom. The harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. This being the dreadful experience of the tares in Babylon, in the second section of the harvest, there must, as a type, be a similar and precedent experience for the tares in the Laodicean church in the first section of the harvest. So, brothers and sisters, here we found out that Jeremiah 8 verse 20 is a very strong evidence. And the statement declared clearly that Jeremiah 8:20 is applied to the church and to Babylon. And it says type and antitype, saying there must as a type be a similar and precedent experience for the tares in the Laodicean church. Therefore, Jeremiah 8 verse 20 must be applied according to the statement, saying the summer is ended. And we will show to you, brothers and sisters, the wonders of this plan of redemption. Because God provided us infallible proofs which cannot be mistaken. Impregnable evidence. Jeremiah 8 verse 20. Now, let us read again the statement in 2SR 255 and 256. It says, the Passover lamp being separated from the flock on the 10th day, so that is April 10, coincides with the separation of the righteous from the wicked in the antediluvian world. So we have April 10 and May 10. Then it says, these coincidences are perfect with the day of the week and of the month, but the one is a month earlier in the season than the other. The Passover being in the first month and the flood in the second, it has been explained that the Passover is a type of the close of provision for the church, and the closing of the ark, a type of the closing of provision for the world. Therefore, there are 30 typical days between one close of provision and the other. If we were given light on how to decipher these typical 30 days, it seems it would reveal the exact number of years from the fulfillment of Ezekiel 9 Passover to the final close of provision. And we will show to you now that God has graciously placed in our hands the knowledge how to decipher these 30 typical days. Now let us go first to the type. The type is the flood and the crucifixion. Let me see this diagram concerning the flood and the crucifixion. If you could find that diagram saying what coincides. So, okay. Now, look at the diagram. That diagram is based on the statement on the shepherd's rod in 2SR 254. Noah entered into the ark May 10, Friday. Jesus Christ was separated from the people April 10, 31 AD, Saturday. So, first, April is 1 month earlier than May. So, April, May. Second, although both of them the same date, but the day is not the same. Noah entered into the ark May 10, Friday, April 10 in 31 AD, that is Saturday. So, the other is 1 day earlier than the other. Friday, then Saturday. So, that is the type, brothers and sisters. But the antitype is also divided into two. Jeremiah 8 verse 20. The type is that Jeremiah 8:20 in the church, and the antitype, Jeremiah 8:20 in Babylon. But look at, brothers and sisters, the miracle which impossible to happen again. Why? We already explained to you that the statement, the summer is ended, it can applied only, brothers and sisters, on the season of autumn. And the season of autumn, we know there are 3 months. And that is from September 23 to October 23, then to November. And we know that December 21 is the commencement of the winter. But Jeremiah 8:20 is a miracle truth because that summer, it must be April 10 in Bible calendar. Now, we already show to you. Do we have that enumeration from the one at the I listed from April 10? Do you copy that? April 10, 2023 up to 2000. The equivalent in Gregorian, this is Bible calendar. This is Gregorian. And what is the subject? Jeremiah 8 verse 20. That Jeremiah 8:20, the harvest is past, pointing to Bible calendar. The summer is ended, pointing to Gregorian. Okay, that September is Gregorian, right? Gregorian calendar. It's 7858. 7858, the last one. 7858 AD. Okay, then April 10 in 7945 AD. So April 10, 7945 AD. Now, look at, brothers and sisters, how the Bible is accurate. There is only 1 year by which Jeremiah 8:20 can be applied, both to the church and in Babylon. Both of them must be summer is ended. Both of them. It must be the summer is ended because that is the verse. It did not say autumn is ended. It did not say winter is ended. It did not say spring is ended. But rather it says the summer is ended. And that is why I remember the statement in 2SR. Let me read to you. I love so much this reading. Page 18 in 2SR, it says, one of the chief reasons why confusion arises among Bible students is because they do not entirely depend on the biblical expression of the words. 2SR, page 18. One of the chief reasons why confusion arises among Bible students is because they do not entirely depend on the biblical expression of the words. They think themselves wiser than the prophets who were inspired with the Spirit of God and thus wish to correct the words and meaning of the Holy Bible. Hence, finite mortals have attempted to rectify and correct the infinite one whose wisdom, power, and vision is unsearchable. You see, brothers and sisters? So, when Jeremiah 8 verse 20 declared, it must be fulfilled as what it is written. Since it says, the summer is ended, it must be at the time when the summer is ended. But every year there is summer. How can you rest assured that that is the fulfillment of the prophecy? That summer must align the Bible calendar. The predicted event by which the close of provision for the church and the close of provision for the world. And we already show to you that the close of provision for the church is April 10, 2SR 255 and 256, answerer number 3, page 13. But it must be April 10 that will fall in the time when the summer is ended. Now, for example, let us go to timeanddeath.com, Bible calendar. April 10, 2020. That was October 9, 2018 in Gregorian calendar. Well, that is already the time by which the summer is ended. But the fact is, nothing happened in April 10, 2020. Now, April 10, 2021. Yes, October 4, 2019 is still in the period of summer. Now, April 10, 2022. Yes, that is the time by which the period by which the summer is already ended. That is September 28. April 10, 2023. The last year by which April 10 fall on the time when the summer is ended. That is one of the significance of that statement. There is time no longer in Revelation 10:7, meaning there is no more year by which April 10 will fall in the season of the calendar by which the summer is ended. Let us go to April 10, 2024. That is September 18, still in the season of summer. Therefore, this year is the last remaining year by which April 10 on Bible calendar will fall on the time when the summer is ended. But what is the close of provision for the world? May 10. May 10. Now, we will show to you. May 10. May 10, 2029. You see, brothers and sisters, September 22. Now, we will show to you the chart. That is what 2SR 255 is saying. That the close of provision in the church must be April 10, and the close of provision in the world must be May 10. 1 month earlier than the other. But not only 1 month earlier than the other, 1 day earlier than the other. Let us go back to the type. The type. What is 1 month earlier than the other? April. April 10, 31 AD. Of course, May is the second month. So, April is earlier than May. But how about the day? Which is earlier? Friday, Saturday? Friday. So, what month which is Friday? May. Earlier than April 10 on April. Because April 10 on April is Saturday. So, that is the clue. Now, look at the fulfillment of the prophecy. Go back to the antitype. You see, brothers and sisters, what is 1 month earlier than the other? April. But what is 1 day earlier than the other? May. Because May 10 is Wednesday and April 10 is Thursday. Perfect. The coincidences are perfect. But it is even more perfect because Jeremiah 8:20, it must be that April 10 Bible calendar in Gregorian, it must be the summer is ended September 23 and May 10, 2029 in Gregorian is still the summer is ended September 22. It will never happen again. Now, when it will happen again, let us go to that enumeration. In April 10, from September 23, 2021, that is the last year by which April 10 fall on the time when the summer is ended. It will repeat again in September 23, 7858 AD, 5,837 years. But the fact is that in 7858 AD, May 10, which is September 22, is in 3469 AD. Let us look at May 10, put Gregorian, September 22, 3469. 3469. You see, that is May 10, 3942. So, that is May 10, 3942. So, if it will not happen this year, can you imagine, brothers and sisters, it will reverse order 3469 AD, the close of provision for the world, and the close of provision for the church will be 7858 AD. It reversed. Because it is in 7858 AD that will be repeated again that April 10 fall on when the summer is ended. But it is on September 22, 3469 AD that May 10 fall on the summer is ended. Now, for example, September 22, 7858. So that is April 9. Now, for example, 2020, that is 2027 plus 78, 58 plus 6, 78, 64. Let me see. Oh, that is May 11. So, or in other words, brothers and sisters, September 22, 78, 64 AD. So, if the prophecy will not be fulfilled this year, Jeremiah 8:20, 2021, then we will wait again 5,837 years to fulfill Jeremiah 8:20. And it is impossible. It is impossible, brothers and sisters, that the world would exist more than 11,000 years, only 6,000 years. So to summarize, I would like to repeat again, Jeremiah 8:20, there are two calendar mentioned there by which they need to go hand in hand, by which it is infallible proof, impregnable evidence, Bible calendar and Gregorian calendar. What is the Bible calendar? The harvest is past. And there are two harvests according to track number 3, 70 and 71. First in the church and second in Babylon. In the church, that is April 10. In Babylon, that is May 10. 2 SR 255. But that April 10 must be at the time when the summer is ended. And the only remaining year that April 10 will fall on the time when the summer is ended is this year. And then you will count 6 years from this year, the general close of provision for the world. May 10, 2027. That is also summer in the Gregorian, in the season. May 10, the summer is ended, September 22. You see how God arranged the fulfillment of the prophecy. It seems very simple. Jeremiah 8:20, that the summer and the Bible calendar must align together. The first one is April 10, the other one is May 10. So here we can clearly see that the 7 years in Ezekiel 39 verse 9 is literal 7 years, as the explanation given by the Shepherd's Rod in 2TG number 4, page 20 and 21. That from September 22, 2022, when the 144,000 living saints arrived in the premillennial, literal, physical, premillennial kingdom, there will be 7 years to the commencement of the millennium. So, hoping, brothers and sisters, to repeat again, this proof is infallible, impregnable evidence. It cannot be broken. Jeremiah 8:20. That the Bible calendar and the Gregorian calendar lock up together, go hand in hand. And it is called infallible proof because happens only once in a lifetime, brothers and sisters. And this is the last year by which April 10 fall in the time when the summer is ended. And then May 10, 2029 in Gregorian calendar, September 22, 2027. You see, miraculously, that is a miracle working through. In Bible calendar, different dates. The other is April 10, the other is May 10. But when it comes to the Gregorian, both of them is on September. The other is September 23, the other September 22. Why? Because the clue, one is earlier than the other. 22 is earlier than 23. And let us go back to the chart in antitype. So I would like to show. You see, brothers and sisters, only in Bible calendar that you can say 1 month earlier than the other. April and May. April is earlier than May. But the same with the given type, the flood, and April 31 AD in the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. It is on the month of May by which it is 1 day earlier than on April. Because April 10, 31 AD, Saturday. But May 10, 2344 BC, Friday. So May, the day on May is 1 day earlier than the day on April. Look at how perfect the antitype. The Bible calendar, April, earlier than May. April 2023 or April, 1 month earlier than May. But on May, both of them are 10, the same with the type, April 10 and May 10. But on May, 1 day earlier than on April because that is Wednesday and that is Thursday. But in Gregorian, both of them are on September, but the date is earlier than the other. The one is 22, the other is 23. And the day is earlier than the other because the other is Wednesday and the other is Thursday. Perfect. The antitypical fulfillment, it was already foreseen by God 1,000 years ago, even before Pope Gregory changed the calendar. That is how perfect our God is. And to prove to the devil that God knoweth beforehand, even what wicked will do, God already knoweth beforehand. And can you imagine Jeremiah 8:20? It was written in the days of Jeremiah, but it is a prediction that Jeremiah 8:20 is a combination of Bible and Gregorian calendar. How they match up, that the Bible calendar April 10 should fall on the summer when the summer is ended, that May 10 would fall at the time when the summer is ended, and that is the fulfillment of the prophecy, by which if this year could not be the fulfillment of the prophecy, then we will wait 5,837 years. That would be in 7858 AD, the close of provision for the church, and the close provision for the world, 7864 AD. And the age of the earth at that time is almost, I think, just more or less 9 years to complete, to become 12,000 years. So the age of the earth at that time is almost 12,000 years. Contradictory to the Bible. Contradictory to the writings of Sister White. Contradictory to the Shepherd's Rod publications. Thank you very much for listening and viewing this program. So we'll continue tomorrow on our subject. And may the good Lord bless you and have a beautiful, wonderful evening.